This man discovered his wife was dating another man, but instead of getting angry, he quietly waited for her to come home. When his wife rushed back, Ted told her he knew everything and demanded she confess where she had been. His wife lied, saying she was having dinner with friends, but this question was actually her husband's last chance for her. Ted picked up a gun and pulled the trigger without hesitation. The loud gunshot was heard by the gardener outside, so Ted deliberately fired 4 more shots at the window, scaring the gardener into calling the police immediately. Ted calmly burned his clothes, washed off the gunpowder residue with hot water, and waited for the police to arrive. When officers surrounded the mansion, he invited the negotiator inside for a private talk, with the condition that only one person could enter. It turned out the man dating his wife was this very negotiator. Ted described in detail how he killed his wife, and after seeing the body, the negotiator lost control and beat Ted until the SWAT team rushed in to stop him. Now they had both the weapon and confession, so prosecuting Ted seemed like a sure thing. In court, Ted, a millionaire, chose to represent himself. Prosecutor Matt, an excellent attorney with a 98% win rate, thought he had it in the bag, but soon a phone call stunned him. Police discovered the gun in Ted's hand had no fingerprints and had never been fired. It wasn't the murder weapon. Police searched the mansion and only found the gun's packaging box and 4 fired bullets. Without evidence, Ted overturned his previous confession in court, revealing his wife's relationship with the negotiator and claiming his confession was made under threat. He then presented poolside photos as evidence, completely destroying the case. Matt realized Ted would be acquitted if no new evidence was found. The negotiator approached Matt, suggesting they use a fake bullet as false evidence to convict Ted. Matt refused because he had one last card. Ted's wife wasn't dead, but was in a coma at the hospital. At the hearing, Matt faced the choice of whether to use false evidence, but he ultimately stuck to his principles, abandoned the false evidence, and Ted was released in court. This news completely broke the negotiator, who had lost his family and shot himself in the hallway. What shocked Matt even more was that Ted went straight to the hospital after his release to request removal of his wife's life support. Matt tried to get a restraining order but was one step too late. From then on, Matt began questioning his commitment to justice. He studied case files day and night, trying to find where the murder weapon went. By chance, a colleague grabbed the wrong phone and Matt suddenly realized something. He instantly understood how Ted made the weapon disappear. Matt went to Ted's house to reveal the truth. Ted had bought a gun identical to the negotiators, deliberately described the killing process to break him emotionally, then switched guns during his breakdown. This way, the murder weapon left the scene with the negotiator, while Ted kept the unfired gun. Ted smiled and said even if the reasoning was correct, double jeopardy laws meant he couldn't be tried again for the same crime. But Matt was prepared. Ted's first trial was for attempted murder because his wife was still alive then. Now that she was dead, they would charge him with murder. Ted could no longer smile. Despite his cunning, he had missed one detail, and legal justice awaited him.